Look, man, some of you guys don't get it, and you will never get it. I'm a guy. Ever since I was little, man, I always had a girlfriend, man. I always had a female that liked me or I liked them. You see what I'm saying? My first girlfriend was in was it elementary? I think it was in kindergarten. I remember this chick, man. I used to like her name was Maya, and I used to take my hand and I used to like grab her booty crack. I used to put my hand on her booty crack when she was sitting down in Indian position, and she let me. I had another girlfriend in fourth grade. Her name was dang, what was her name? Shit, what was that girl name? Can't think of her name right now. But um, I remember when I was young, me and her went together. Back in school, elementary school, the way you say somebody was together, a boyfriend and girlfriend, you'd be like, oh, what's his name? You know, uh, he goes with her or she goes with him. You know, um, I remember I went into my mother's drawer. I was young, man. Went to my mother's drawer, took some rings out. I think they belonged to my grandmother or something like that. Some rings. They're probably worth at least, you know, maybe like $1,000 back then or something like that. You know, I didn't know how much they was worth, so I took them out of my mom's drawer and I went to school. I was like in fourth grade, and I gave it to her, and they were her and her friend was walking around with the ring, like, oh my god, he done gave her a ring. It looks expensive. I remember I was young, but we broke up. You know, we only went together for about what 6 months or something like that. Man, here we go. People playing music, man, disturbing my shit, bro. Okay, here we go with this shit. Please, man, take that shit. Stop trying to fucking, whatever, bro. Stop doing that shit. Anyway, so what was her name? Missy or Miss? I forgot her name. Can't think of her name though. It's right on the tip of my tongue. You know what I'm saying? Um, okay, okay. I can't do a video like this, man. These people, they out here fucking wasting time and trying to show out in front of females. Anyway, so I have always had girlfriends throughout life. You know, they wasn't the most prettiest girls in the world, but I have always had females in my life. It just as I gotten older, I can't talk over that shit. Turn that fucking shit off. All right, so yeah, so I've always had females in my life. Like I said, they never was the most prettiest girls in the world, but I have always had girlfriends, man. Now, this is the fact that I'm getting older and I'm not really chasing females. I'm chasing the bag, 'cause, so women can chase me. Um, some guys saying, "Well, okay, man, you an incel." I'm like, no, bro. I've been in relationships in my life, even through my 20s. Those were my best years with women, man. 20s was my best year, especially from 20 to 25. Those were the years where I was just like slaying them left and right. And plus, there were no like no Tinder, no Bumble around. You see what I'm saying? To hate on somebody, you know what I'm saying? From 2000 to 2005, everything back then was a lot simple, and you was able to get sex, a lot easier because you know Tinder and Bumble hasn't came out yet. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, well, um, if I look, man, if I was an incel, I definitely would be on here complaining about how females don't like me and I can't get a date. You see what I'm saying? I definitely would be venting that, right? Because that's what I get up on here, man, to do, man. I vent about my problems in the dating market. There's no way in the world I will keep it all in. Like I wouldn't say like I was an incel, right? Come on, man. Turn that shit off, bro. See, this what happens when there's not a whole lot of women to go around in the bar. They go outside, start, turn up their music and trying to show off. Like, get the fuck out of here, Roy. With that bullshit. You know. So it's like, okay, um, hey man, I definitely would be joining the incel crew if I was, but I'm not that incel that you think I am. I mean, you could keep on saying it over and over again, bro, but hey man, I just had some action the other night. Remember I told you about that female that turned her whole entire body away from that big old fat dude that was trying to get with her, and she let me come around and grab her on her waist and hug on her and kiss on her and stuff like that. I was kissing on her shoulders. because she had these nice looking shoulders. I just started kissing on them. You know what I'm saying? She let me do it. But when it came to that big fat dude, man, she turned her whole entire body, including her face, from that guy. You see what I'm saying? But the woman that I was trying to get with, that chick, she wasn't like of what I really want. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, she had some big old titties. Okay, she had some big old breasts. Her face was like more like a 4 or 5 or something like that. So this is what I attract, these women. She was overweight a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But them big old titties and them shoulders and that face made up for her being, a little bit overweight. Maybe she was like maybe 10 pounds overweight or something like that for her height. Yeah. And she was around my height too. You see what I'm saying? Which I do like. I like them tall. You see what I'm saying? I don't like shorties, but yeah, so I'm that guy, the average guy coming up in my high school. I had a girlfriend. I had females that had crushes on me back in high school, and they didn't even tell me until they got out of high school, man. Until later on, I meet them up later on in my 20s, and they tell me, "Oh yeah, when we was in high school, I had a crush on you." Now this female was average. She was average looking, and I tried to hit it, but she wouldn't let me hit it right away. So I kind of like just left her alone. I mean, she wasn't worth the squeeze. I mean, she's average. I have always attracted average women, bro. You see what I'm saying? That's why I laugh at dudes when they try to tell me that I'm not average. I'm like, bro, you really don't know me. You don't know what I attract. I attract average women, women who are just plain Joes and average, straight up. And then let's see, I got to like the only time I didn't have a girlfriend was when I was in junior high. Now that those years went by, all 3 of those years I didn't have a girlfriend. I was very skinny. I was around 5'7", 5'8". You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have a girlfriend. Throughout them 3 years in junior high. It was seventh grade, eighth grade, ninth grade. Okay, didn't have a girlfriend. But then when I switched schools, you know, I went to McClymonds High School in Oakland, right? So then, like, I got to high school there, and they had weights there. You see what I'm saying? And then to like, when I got to high school, I started lifting weights and I started eating better because I had a little job. Um, I was teaching capoeira. You know, I was only making a few $100s a week, but it was enough to like feed myself and get the right nutrition of food so I can grow, right? So once I started hitting the weights in high school, that's when females really started to like give me some play. You see what I'm saying? I, you know, um, even back then, I wasn't attracting the most beautiful women in the world. I think a lot of you guys, some of you incels, you think that like if you're not Chad or Tyrone, then you gotta be an incel or some shit like that. Cause some guys, they sit back and they cope and they try to bring other people down with them. And I'm like, okay, bro, say whatever you got to say, man. You're delusional. I hope you know. You see what I'm saying? Just because I make videos talking about how bad the dating scene is, or sometimes I make videos about the struggle, right? Because everybody's feeling that pinch. If you're not a Chad or a Tyrone, you're feeling the pinch, okay? Oh yeah, average guys are hurting out here, bro. You see what I'm saying? Average guys are hurting. They're not getting sex on the regular. You know, never was. I never was top tier. Never will be. Okay, unless you believe in reincarnation. You know what I'm saying? Because even surgery wouldn't bring me up to top tier. I could do my nose and my jaw. still wouldn't bring me up to top tier, bro. It would make me better looking, but it wouldn't bring me up to top tier. Okay. Um, so I was in high school, and then I think when I graduated high school, that's when I got my own place, and I had a job, working full time, and I was working a lot of hours. I was making a lot of money, and I was bringing in like probably like about $1,000 a month, which was okay back in the early 2000s, right? Because my rent was only like, I don't know, like $500 or something like that. And then that's when I started to have like the best time with females. Like when my early 20s, oh man, I was going through them. Okay, one at a time, all down the line. I had a situation where two sisters liked me at the same time, and I got to smash both of them. Both of them. That's how good looking I was when I was in my early 20s. I went through two sisters, bro. And then I got a job at the and then I think 2003 and 4, something like that. I got a job at the club and at the Glass Cat in San Francisco, and I was taking women home in this beaten skins like every other week. I must have had banged like at least 50 or 60 girls in that club. Well, not that many. I can't say that many. I say about a good 30 women within like a year of working there. So I was bringing home every other week, or sometimes I'll have a drought for like a month, and then I go back to banging them again. I was taking home Asian women, Latin women. I remember I met this Latin girl at the bar while I was doing security, and this is back when I was like at low percentage body fat, and I was at the best shape of my life. Um, Face tighter, everything. So then, like man, I must have had banged that chick, man. I must have had banged that chick, man. And then I remember having sex with her, and I was sucking on her breast, and then milk started coming out, and I was just like, oh man, I'm touching milk. I'm tasting milk and shit. And then let me get rid of this guy right here. You gotta go, buddy boy. Hey, get the fuck out of here. Okay, so yeah, so I taste her breast, and she had milk coming out. Of course, yeah, she had a newborn at the house, and I think she was cheating on her boyfriend with me, because I think I had sex with her like twice, and she disappeared, and she didn't want to return my phone calls anymore, and she was ignoring me. So I said, yeah, she had a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? She was afraid that she might have got caught. She might get caught, and she stopped talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I have always had women in my life, bro. Like, I don't know how delusional a lot of you dirty incels is, but um, just because a guy is on his purpose and he's chasing the bag, it don't make him an incel. It means that he's focused. He ain't got no time to be chasing women like that, bro. See, I know a lot of you guys, you want to chase women and stuff without having your shit together. My brain don't work like that. You want to chase women first and money last. My brain don't work like that no more. You see what I'm saying? My brain don't work like that no more. So for some of you guys who think that, well, just because you're struggling, um, nah, man, I can go out and get sex. I told you the other night, female The female, she was digging me big time. She kept smiling at me. That shit must have happened like 10 times. I look over and she's smiling. I look over and she's smiling. I look over and she's smiling. And I said, man, I'm gonna go say what's up with her. I put my arm around her, man. She let me do it. But I'm like, okay, well, if I'm an incel, then bruh, she would have like turned me down like she did that fat man. Okay? He's an incel. The guy was like a fat dude. He had like his big old stomach and shit. Okay? The moment he stepped to her is the moment she turned, okay, her motherfucking, and I'm gonna say motherfucking, she turned her motherfucking face and her legs from him and turned her back toward him. And he was like, damn. He had his drink in his hand and he felt molded and he just hanging around. Then he walked away. And then that's when I pulled up and I grabbed her by the waist. And she was like, oh, how you doing? She would like to see me, man. I'm in shape, sort of, kind of. I'm not that in shape, but you can see, that I work out, right? I look like I work out. I got arms, back, chest from doing all those push-ups and shit. I had a tight shirt on that night, so my physique could show, right? So, I got the girl. I didn't get her number or nothing, man, but I got the girl, but he didn't. He lost. Putting on all kinds of fat pounds, man. That shit will catch up to you in the long run. You can't expect women to like you if you're fat as a house. See what I'm saying? So, for some of you guys who are fucking delusional as hell, bro, I feel sorry for you. I'm like, bro, I took you into the fucking goddamn restaurant the other night, about 6 months ago. Let you hear a conversation between me and the chick at the restaurant. How she was all on my jock, telling me if a woman can't cook, that is not a woman. Straight up. You see, when I walked in, you see how lively she got, how friendly she was, right? And then I show you that evidence, and you still call me an incel. I'm like, God damn, look at these hard-headed dudes, bro. Look at these delusional motherfuckers, bro. They gonna be in their situation forever, bro. I can go out and get kisses and stuff, man. I tell you, man, that was my MO when I was out barring and shit, man. I used to make out with females. You feel me? I was making out with females at bars. I was doing it before the pandemic. I remember making out with this one chick a while back, a couple of years before the pandemic, at this other bar. I used to always make out with females, man. You know what I'm saying? That was, tell you, man, that's my MO. That's most known of. I was just like, man, tongue and everything. Okay. I was born a good looking dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm never born like an ugly dude. Like I see dudes who are sub 5 and they struggle to get anything. Just like when, Facing Element said, man, he was like, when you're sub 5, you get nothing. He's like, man, you don't get, low quality scraps. You don't get, average women. You get nothing nowadays. And your life is this is what I hear from, this is when back when I used to like look at the Facing LMS, when I used to look at Facing LMS live streams, when he used to do that shit, right? Because everybody, you don't have to be incel to be looking at Facing LMS videos. I mean, their videos was talking about the struggle basically, and everybody that's average and especially below average can relate to that. The dating market has gotten way highly competitive, and what I mean by competitive, meaning that if you say anything wrong as an average man, or if you say anything that's something that a female don't like, she gonna ghost you quick because she got so many other options. And that's what's been happening to me. That's why I said, fuck it, get my bread up to the point where like they can't be out here ghosting me, just because I said something that they didn't like, or I liked something that they didn't like, or something like that, or I was being needy, or you see what I'm saying? And then they just ghost me because I was being needy and they didn't like it. You see what I'm saying? That was my problem. So I decided to take a break from chasing women and focus and concentrate on getting the bag, because when you get the bag, females like to cling on to you, and um, you can have sex whenever you want to. Basically, um, average guys and below don't get sex on the regular. Matter of fact, below average dudes don't get sex at all nowadays because of the internet. Maybe before the internet, below average guys can get their face match. Not anymore. Um, so it's like I struggled throughout the years, bro. You see what I'm saying? And I got tired of struggling. I got tired of droughts and stuff. So I'm concentrating. But then when I hear like some of these uneducated, dirty, stanky ass incels say, "Oh, you're an incel. You're an incel." I'm like, this dude don't even know, man. And I try to tell these dudes, like, look, I'm not an incel, bro, because if I was, I'll be on here venting big time. We get up on YouTube, man, to tell the truth, bro. We get up on here to vent. What I mean by vent is to let all the frustration out, all the stuff that you're going through, all your problems, all the struggles and stuff like that. You let it out. You don't hold it in. If I was, let me tell you, if I was a incel, bro, I'll be, man, telling you guys straight up. I'd be like, man, I can't get nothing. You like, what, Killcat? You can't get nothing? I can't get nothing. I've been in. And the thing is, another thing, bro, being sub-5, that's something that you're born with. It's not like, it doesn't like all of a sudden, just because you get older, you all of a sudden you're sub-5. No, it don't happen that way. Unless, like I said before, unless you put on a lot of weight, then you'll be sub-5. I remember how it was to be sub-5, bro, when I was overweight, back when I was doing Uber and Lyft, because I used to eat a lot of pizza at nighttime, and I was getting hella fat. I was putting on pounds. I had like double chins everywhere. Okay? Females didn't want to have nothing to do with me. I couldn't even get a date, bro. Bro, I was so upset at myself. And then I started juicing and I lost the weight, and then females started digging me again. See, it's all about that goddamn body fat percentage, man. You see what I'm saying? If your body fat percentage go up, it make you less desirable. Fat dudes have problems getting women, bro. Just like the dude at the bar and club the other night, man, that I was going to. I was telling him, dude had a big old stomach, bro. He was fat, bro. Fat. He was a big dude. And he was trying to step to this female. She turned around from that guy, and she let me come around and grab her by the waist. Okay? Because she liked me. She kept smiling at me from a distance. So I had to go over there. But it just cracks me up to hear some of these dudes, uh, oh, you're an incel. You gotta be incel, bro. You gotta be incel. You're incel. I'm like, bro, I'm not that guy. Just because I don't bring women on the channel, it doesn't mean I'm not active or I can't get them. You see what I'm saying? Can I get a Stacy or a Chung Lee or a Maria or a Keisha? No, I can't. Those are the top women. They're top tier. I'm not that good looking. You see what I'm saying? I'm not that good looking. I'm not the type of guy that a female will look at me like, oh, come here, come here. Now, I'm not that type of guy, bro. My Arabic friend, uh, uh, my Arabic friend, the Shad friend, he's that type of guy, bro. You see what I'm saying? He's that type of guy, bro. Okay, you gotta go, bro. He's the type of dude that females look at, ooh, and wants to jump his bones and shit like that. I'm kind of jealous of him because he gets way more women than I do. Plus, he's younger. He's like 10 years younger or something like that. So as you get older, you just become less desirable. You don't become more desirable physically. Maybe financially, you should become more desirable, right? You're supposed to be getting more bread as you get older. You're supposed to be worth more. But I tell you, man, I would tell you, I'm like, God damn, I'm an incel, bro. I can't get no motherfucking pussy, bro. I can't get nothing. Yeah, but that's never been me though. Look, I will tell the truth. I swear to the creator, because I don't believe in God, but I believe there's a creator somewhere that created us. I will swear, be like, okay, yes, I am a incel. Or I'd be like, oh no, I'm not an incel. Um, like I said, man, over and over again, over and over again. Being sub 5 or unattractive, that's something that you are born with, bro. That's something that that you can't get rid of. It follows you throughout your whole entire life. Like you can lift weights, you can get into shape. It's not gonna help you. Like Mike Tyson getting into shape, being buff, it didn't help him. You see what I'm saying? Because he has a sub 5 face. But the moment he got that belt, around his waist, that's when females started checking for him. But they wasn't checking for him throughout the years at all. Because something that you're born with. Your face is something that you're born with. See what I'm saying? And the reality is that a lot of guys, some guys have to work extra harder just to get women to like them. I didn't come from sub 5 parents, bro. I came from good looking parents, bro. You see what I'm saying? I came from good looking parents. Were they top tier? Was they Chads and top? I mean, was there Chads and Stacy's or whatever? No, they not. No. You know what I'm saying? No, my dad wasn't no Tyrone, bro. But he was good looking. My mother was beautiful. They were around sevens, bro. My dad was a 7. My mother was a 7, bro. My mother always had dudes just coming at her all the time. You know what I'm saying? Even though she had us, she had next door neighbors, dudes just trying to get with her all the time. Dudes spending money on us. And she had a sub 5 boyfriend, a white guy. His name was John. And they became engaged. And she messed that up. I don't know why she let that man go. Because while she was with him, we was eating good, man. We always had cereal in the cabinet. We was eating lobster, steak and shrimp all the time. Well, maybe not lobster, but we had steak and shrimp and crab. I used to fix my mom a crab Louie because he used to buy her fresh crab every Friday. He used to take us shopping every Friday, take us to Blockbuster Videos, get us movies and video games and stuff like that because he had money, but he didn't have looks. He owned a used car dealership. Okay, he was selling old school 70 cars. Okay, in the 70s, He made about at least 2 grand a week, which was a lot uh, back in the '90s. You pulling in 2 grand a week, man. That was balling back then. You know what I'm saying? Because he was selling at least 1 or 2 cars, maybe 3 cars a week or something like that. It varied though. You know what I'm saying? But I remember him. He was selling cars for like $1,500, uh, $2,000, maybe like 3 grand. You know what I'm saying? And they used to you know, drug dealers used to come around and buy cars from him because those old school Novas and Mustangs, them drug dealers used to fix those cars up and drive them around. You know what I'm saying? And he used to sell them and shit, man. But my mom wasn't attracted to him because he was sub 5. I done told this story so many goddamn times. I don't know why you guys think I'm lying because I keep telling the same stories over and over again. If somebody was lying, bro, you see what I'm saying? No, it you gotta go, bro. If I was lying, I'd be telling different stories, but I tell you the same story in the same pattern every single time. You guys remember John, the sub 5 dude? He was a white guy, balding, okay, sub 5 face, and my mother was the best thing that ever happened to him. You know what I'm saying? But he had money. I don't know why my mom messed that up. She messed that up big time. Cause after he left, we starved, bro. So she wasn't even looking out for it. That's why I hated my mom, man. She never had our best interest. She did what she felt like was right. She didn't even marry the guy, and it was her. She called it off. It wasn't him. She called it off. And I'm like, damn, how you gonna just call off, you know, something that we needed? You wasn't looking after your children. Well, if you call it off, how the fuck was we gonna eat? Because you didn't have a job. You wasn't balling like that. We would have been taken care of better if you would have married that. And then after that, she didn't find nobody like that. After that, she didn't find nobody. So we starved. We fought over food in the house when there was food there. You know what I'm saying? Fucking stupid ass mom, man. Even though she dead right now, rest in peace. But she was just a terrible mother, man. You know, if it was me and I had to feed my kids, man, I'm just gonna have to marry a fucking fat whale then. You know what I'm saying? I gotta feed my kids. I gotta make sure my kids are eating good. You see what I'm saying? Um, and my mom, she used to say, I didn't like John. I just wasn't attracted to him, man. He got a lot of money, but I wasn't attracted to him. You know, so um, yeah. So I'm not that type of guy, bro, to be out here lying to people. You know, about my situation in the dating market. To me, I think I'm above average, a little bit above average, because I can get average women. No, maybe because I'm getting older. Maybe I'm coming down. Yeah, I am coming down in attractiveness. Yeah, because of my age, bro. I'm about to be 44. You know what I'm saying? My thing is trying to keep my body in shape and the body fat percentage at a respectable percentage. You see what I'm saying? So never getting fat again. I'll never do that. You'll never see me that fat ever again. You know, that time before the pandemic. I thought it. That's not even a word. I thought that females did not like me anymore. I was so like fat. I had fat all over my face, bro. I couldn't believe how fat I was. And It used to hurt my feelings when I couldn't get a date. And I was just like, man, what happened? Cat, man. But I thought about it. I was like, bro, when you was getting the females in your 20s, what body fat percentage were you at? I was like 12% body fat. Okay, well, you got to lose some weight. So I started juicing, using steroids so females can like me again. And I lost a gang of weight. And that's when I started getting dates again. And I was loving it, man. You guys remember I was all at hanging out in the parking lot with my homeboy, with my steroid dealer, hanging out in the parking lot, talking to some chicks and stuff like that, man. I felt like I was back in the game, you know what I'm saying? But I know that nowadays I don't need steroids to lose weight. I just use it. I lose it naturally. I never using no trend or nothing like that ever again. Steroids are bad. Stay away from them. Um, as long as my body fat percentage is lower, I'll be able to get women. But I'm not that type of dude that where I can't like go out and get a fat whale or something or get something, right? Because I can go out and get something. It's just not of my liking. Guys, I like a big ass. I like women with big asses, and I like women with lips. But it seems like a lot of females that hit on me or that like me, either they're hella fat or they ain't got no lips. And I like lips. And females, they like to date up. They hypergamous. So if a female, she ain't got no lips, she got some duck lips or something like that, and you got lips as a black dude, they gonna hit on you because they want to emerge their genetics with yours because they know they ain't got no lips and you got lips, right? So that's why you get females with no lips always hitting on you. Like the girl at the diner, that I was talking to, she didn't have any lips. That's the one thing I didn't like. And she didn't have a round booty. Her booty was square. I mean, it was big, but it was square. It wasn't nice and round like I like it. You see what I'm saying? Um, so my struggle is getting the women that I want, not getting something, because I could go out and get something. It's no problem. Like the female that turned that fat guy down, she was giving me play. And I liked her. I would bang it. She had these big old breasts, man. But her booty just wasn't on point. I looked at her booty. I was like, yeah, of course. These are the females that I attract. Females with no butt. But she had these big old breasts, and she had a okay face. Her face wasn't bad looking. So I would bang her, man. Even though she didn't have much booty. You know what I'm saying? But it's never the ones with the big booty that give me any type of plays. Like those women are fucking off limits to me. And I don't like women with small butts or I mean I'll deal with a small butt, but I don't like women with funny shaped butts. Cause you got females out here don't got good genetics, so their booty is like it's funny shaped, right? You know what I'm talking about. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. The booty is funny shaped. And I don't like that. I like round, apple, a round or a pear, you know what I'm saying? Or an onion booty. You see what I'm saying? I like something with some curve. If I can't have that, I don't really want to date her long term. I'll hit it a few nights and that's about it. Because if I'm going to get locked down, she got to have a big round butt or something. I care more about the butt than the breast. But if she got some big old breasts, then yeah, that kind of make up for her not having a whole lot of butt. But still, you know what I'm saying? Long term, no. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of guys got to get it together, man. That delusional ain't gonna do nothing but keep you in your situation, bro. You see what I'm saying? You can't have a delusional mind because if you're delusional, you'll never make progress you'll never progress in life, bro. You see what I'm saying? You'll never progress in life. You got to make sure you stay, in your reality. That's why I'm like, okay, well, damn, I see why a lot of guys don't get very far, man, because they live in a delusional mindset. They think that they don't have to work hard to get women, or they don't have to make themselves successful to get women. You should know that from a young age, whether or not females would like you. You see what I'm saying? So if you was having problems in elementary getting females to like you, or if you was having problems getting women to like you in junior high, then you should have been like, oh, okay, I gotta become a success in life, a movie star, so I can get women and shit. Some guys figure that shit out at an early age. Okay, you know, um, and then they head out on their journey to become successful at an early age. They don't wait until they like 40 years old and then start shooting for success. Nah, they start shooting for success around high school. You know what I'm saying? That's when you know your lane is when you get to be in high school. You start noticing what type of females like you in high school. And I did. I had females that liked me. There was this girl, one light-skinned girl that I liked in high school. She was pretty, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, um, high school, the high school days, I went out with this little hood rat, dark-skinned girl. I remember her. She liked me. I mean, I always had females that liked me, man. I never was a bad-looking dude, man. Um, look. It never been like a time in my life where I can't get nothing, except when I was like overweight, like I said, man. As long as I'm in shape and I'm buff, I can pull something. You see what I'm saying? You see, the thing is, I don't live in delusional mindset like a lot of these dudes out here, bro. A lot of like insell dudes, they come around my channel, they talk a lot of shit, and they run off at the mouth, talking about, oh, well, you gotta be incel. I'm like, look at this fucking delusional dude, bro. Look how delusional he is, bro. He's seeing things. You know, it starts out when you're young, really, knowing that, hey, I'm sub 5. I gotta get money for women to like me. My dad never told me that females wasn't gonna like me, bro. I was watching, what's his name? What's that dude name? Shit. Oreo Man. Yeah, Oreo Man. Savvy guy. And he was saying that his father sat him down and told him that women wasn't gonna like him. My father didn't say that. My father said he hooked me up. I used to hear him say all the time, boy, I done hooked your ass up, boy. I hooked you up. He used to say that over and over again. And I used to be like, huh? You hooked me up? And I got out there and I started figuring it out for myself. Yeah, he did hook me up. He didn't hook me up enough to the point where I was a Tyrone. I had girlfriends even when I went to Brazil. I had a girlfriend in Brazil. She was really thick, by the way. She was a white Brazilian girl. Did I have a Brazilian girlfriend before then? Yeah. I had another white Brazilian girlfriend in Capoeira class. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, a white Brazilian girl. Okay, I went out with her. We made out a lot, but I never got to tag that ass. Okay, we were young. I was like 18 years old or some shit like that. No, I was like 17. I was like 17 and she was like 15. I remember. I was hella young. But I didn't have a whole lot of confidence when I was younger. I realized that. I look back now and I'd be like, oh, damn, I could have got a lot more women, bro. Because there were some females that were giving me all sorts of action, and I never like had the guts to like step to him. But if I could go back at the time, as an older man, I would have got a lot more pussy. I would have stayed away from relationships, and I would have kept banging as many women as I possibly could. Um, yeah. So the Brazilian girl, she was thick in the thighs. She had a booty, right? She had nice lips. She was pretty, man. You know what I'm saying? She was pretty. Um, then I went to Brazil afterwards. Yeah, this is afterwards. I had a Brazilian girlfriend I fell in love with. She was really my first love, really, because when we broke up, man, I cried like a baby. Boy, I cried. Got back on that plane coming back home. I was crying on the plane that I had to go back home. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't stay in Brazil. Um, After that, I had a Hispanic girlfriend. I had a lot of girlfriends, man. I had a girl. Her name was this half Hispanic, half white girl. She was thick. She had a big ass. I mean, bro, I think she was one of the first girls I really took the condom off on. I was like 23 or 24 or something like that. And before then, I was always using condoms all the time, all the time, all the time. And then I think she was the first girl I took off the condom on. We had sex with no condom, and she had a big ass. Had a big giant butt, man. Her name was damn, I can't think of her name either. So many of them. Um, so yeah. And then I had another girlfriend. Her name was Maria. She was a Hispanic chick. Boy, she broke my heart big time, man. You know, she had a career. She had a degree in shit. I remember her. I met her in Capoeira class. A lot of my girlfriends came from Capoeira because I was in shape, boy. Capoeira, man, I had like 6-pack rip. Man, you could see every single detail in my body. Yeah, I was like 11% body fat. You know what I'm saying? At one point, I was 10% body fat. Just ripped up, shredded wheat. You know what I'm saying? Shreds, right? Um, yeah, Maria, I remember her. We broke up because I smothered her to death. I kept going over there to her house, even though the house that she was, staying at, it wasn't hers. She was staying at you know, she was staying at was a relative or a friend? No, it was a friend's house she was staying at, and I stayed over there. Wore out my welcome, kept going over there, kept being hella clingy and shit to her. So she finally broke it off. I don't forgot the real reason why she broke it off, but I remember I was being really clingy with her, and we had a lot of sex. And we had sex in the shower. We first got together, had sex on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Um, she stopped training capoeira after we broke up too. She stopped coming around. You know what I'm saying? Shitting where you eat is not good. Um, yeah. And then I think that after that, I met my girlfriend that we stayed together for like 12 years. The one I've been complaining about, Shelly. Okay? Her name was Shelly. Stayed with her for many years, bro. We stayed together. You know what I'm saying? And we broke up in 2017. No, the first breakup was in 2012, and the second breakup was in 2017, and then that's when I just it was a different world with dating after I was released from that relationship. You know what I'm saying? It was a different world. It was like, God damn, I start seeing females being more flaky than ever, right? You know, when I was younger, I had women giving me blowjobs a lot, especially when I was like shredded. Okay, had females giving me all sorts of goddamn head all the time. For example, I think I was like 27 years old. I just met my girlfriend. I used to do a lot of shit behind her back, by the way. Just met my Filipino girlfriend. Just moved out to the suburbs, because that's where she stayed, in Walnut Creek, suburban spot, right here in the Bay Area. You know, I moved from Oakland to the suburbs, Walnut Creek, and I was going to bars around that area. And then when I met this one chick, man, at a bar, we was talking and stuff, and I went to her car with her. We got in the car, you know. Next thing you know, my dick is out, and she's giving me a blowjob. I was like, God damn. Boy, I miss those days as a youngster, man. But I was better looking. I was like 27 years old, bro. I was like tighter face, low percentage body fat, in shape, right? Young, youthful, right? Stuff like that don't happen to me no more, man. Even when I go out and I date now, if I could go out and date now, I wouldn't give females doing that shit to me no. It's because I'm getting older, and looks fade, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't that young spring chicken that you used to be, where females just grab you and shit and say, you know what, you're mine. I remember I used to date this one Hispanic chick. I dated a lot of Hispanic women, especially because I was working at a club that had his Hispanic music, like reggaeton, you know what I'm saying, all sorts of like Spanish and Mexican music and stuff like that. I worked at a club like that, and I dated this one chick, and I took her to the movies, and we had a lot of sex, man, without the condom too. Um, I took her to the movie, and in the movie theater in the lobby, she was looking at me, and she put her hand on my head and said, "You're mine." I was like, You're. I done told these stories so many times, man. Why do I be lying, bro? Some of you guys who've been following me, you guys remember that story, right? The chick in the movie theater just walked up to me and grabbed my head, put her hand on my head, and said, "You're mine." I was like, "Oh no." At the time, I was a player, man. You know what I'm saying? I was going through so many goddamn women. I at least 100 in my 20s, and then that number started to decline. The foot traffic started decline in my 30s. I noticed that once I got in my 30s, the foot traffic of women started to, decline. You know, um, like I noticed, like when I got into my 30s, there wasn't as many women like knocking on my door anymore. I mean, like there was this other guy that I was sitting at the bar with, no homo, right? Um, and he was talking about, this is before I turned 30 though. And he was talking about how he got into his 30s. He was saying that, damn, women used to come up to me and approach me. Not anymore. And I sat back and I said, I wonder what he meant by that. Now I understand. Um, Now I understand why it's the looks. You're not as attractive as you once were in your 20s. In 20s, because your 20s, your face is tighter. Your face start loosening up as you get older. You see what I'm saying? Like your nose get bigger, your ears get bigger. I noticed that. Like I noticed that when I got in my late 30s. One day I was looking at the mirror, or I took a picture or something like that, and I looked at my nose. I was like, holy shit, this shit is getting bigger, yo. And every year that is going by, it's getting worse. That's why I thought about a nose job, because I'm like, damn, this is the aging signs. I looked it up online, man. I Googled it. Does your nose get bigger as you get older? And they say, yes, it does. Gravity starts taking its toll, right? I looked at my picture when I was like 35. I was like, God damn, I didn't have that fucking problem. I even had females like um, look at me when I was older, a picture of me when I was older compared to when I was younger. And they looked at me and said, what the fuck happened? I was like, I got older, fucking stupid bitch. Fucking bitch, I got older. You don't keep looks forever, bro. No, looks come and go as you get older. But the only thing is, with men, we get our money on, so that keeps young women around. You see what I'm saying? Versus women, they're gonna struggle because women, with women, we care about youth and fertility. When it comes with women, youth, fertility, she gotta be young, she gotta be thick in the thighs, she gotta be 5'5" and beautiful. You see what I'm saying? So it's different. Our looks fade, but our value don't. I was looking at Mayweather's nose. I'm like, God damn, his nose is sagging too. Even like Jay-Z, that nigga got worse throughout the years. Jay-Z always been sub 5 from the get-go. They used to always talk about his looks. You know what I'm saying? But his nose got big, that started sagging. I'm like, damn, this is what it's come down to, huh? Getting old. And it's the gravity taking its toll. Your body is going with the flow. You see what I'm saying? I just remember how good it was in my 20s. You guys, Kelcat, man, why are you always talking about, the past and stuff? Because I had it so goddamn good. That's where I talk about the past a lot more, bro. You see what I'm saying? I remember C Boogie too, man. He was saying that in his 20s, you know, there wasn't a time where females would make a pass at you or a sexual advance for you at you and shit like that. They would throw sexual advances at you. When I was very young, and when I was 15, this female grabbed me into her house and started kissing me. You know what I'm saying? Older female. You know what I'm saying? They be, older females, they be trying to get to you and shit. Especially if you good looking, they're gonna try to get to you, try to kiss you and rub on you and try to have sex with you and shit. I had that happen to me a few times when I was in my teens and stuff. It's like, oh, this is the young hot tenderoni. you know, they gonna grab you and get a hold of your ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? My really first sexual experience when I was like young, like 9, 10 years old, man. Um, when you good looking as a young boy, them older females, they're gonna get a hold of your ass. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna say, he look good. Let me teach him a thing or two. You know what I'm saying? So, um, so I remember, yeah. So, from years 20 to like 25 was the best years of my life with females. We're talking about blowjobs, a lot of sex, one female after the next. Okay, if the walls in my old apartment could talk, they would tell you this nigga went through a lot of women. The best. I remember her name. The best good-looking female that I have ever landed. Her name was Gwen. Okay, she was the best that I could do looks-wise, but she was a single mother. But still, she had tools that I liked. Ass and titties, ass, and we're talking about big tits and a big ass and a face that I liked. Okay, But as I got older, over my into my 30s, a lot of the stuff that I was able to do started to like fade. You know what I'm saying? It started to, um, you know, the um the magic started to disappear once I got to my 30s. I started noticing I was getting rejected a lot more by young women, and I was approached out because you don't know. Time goes by really quickly, and you don't know that how time passes by, how fast it passes by, right? And then suddenly, all of a sudden, you become the old dude in the club when you hit 30 plus, and then you start approaching females in the club that you normally would approach because you're not knowing that you're getting older and you're aging. You know what I mean? So you approach these young females and they'll tell you, ah, "You're too old for me." I remember this one female told me that I was like 32. I was my early 30s, and I don't know that time catches up with you, man. You're doing what you normally do, right? Approaching, and then these females, these young females, 22, 23, you're like 33 or 32, 33, you know what I'm saying? And they telling you straight up, you too old for me. I mean, I never will forget that when I first heard that. Now, you don't know. Like I said, man, I was going to that club. I first started going to that club when I was 26, 27. And then 5 years passed by. All of a sudden, I'm the old dude in the club now. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. When I was in my 20s, I had a lot of confidence because I would approach a lot of females and I would get something, right? So when you're young and you a young, tenderoni, as they would call you, some of these chicks, right? You approach because you got that confidence because you're gonna get something. You see what I'm saying? You know you're gonna get something because you get it, right? As you get older, without money, you start becoming less confident. You know what I'm saying? And then you start becoming picky because you know the type of females you like. Like me, I have always had a good experience with women with big asses. It's just something about a big ass. Just I always liked it more than the top. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like. And if the female don't got that, I can't get into a relationship or be with her long term. I'm sorry. That's just the way I am, man. You know. So it's like, nah, bro. You got the wrong guy. I'm not that insell dude, bro, because I wasn't born sub 5. And you got one guy in the comment section with his little dirty incel ass. He gonna come over and say, "You're not average." I'm like, how the fuck you gonna tell me what I'm not? With your delusional, your little delusional ass. How the fuck you gonna tell me? Like, bro, I've been average my whole entire life. Matter of fact, I think in my 20s, yeah, I was above average. I wasn't like a 5 in my 20s. I can tell you that right now. No. Maybe a 7, but not a 5. Because the 5 dudes, they were struggling. And and some of the dudes, matter of fact, some dudes that I knew, man, they would get mad when I came around. Is he gonna take all the women? Kale, you gonna come around and take all the women? I said, I never would forget that shit that Theo said to me, man. You know, after, maybe I turned like 30 plus or something like that, and I haven't seen that dude in like a couple of years. I went around, started hanging around and stuff, and he was like, oh, here come Kale. He gonna take all the women because he's the guy that's sub 5. He was having a hard time getting females, especially black women. Black women didn't want to have nothing to do with him. The only women that he was able to get was immigrant women, women of low status, women from other countries. He couldn't get no American women. He used to be upset because he used to always hear sex coming out of my. Because I live right next door to him, I used to always hear sex coming out of my room or through the wall or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He used to see females coming in and out of my room and stuff all the time. Like that one chick, Gwen, he saw her one time. He was like, God damn, Akil. Damn. Man, she had a big ass. I'm like, hell yeah, I like that shit, man. And you know what? Gwen played with me too, man. She hurt my feelings big time. Her fucking Chad Rome boyfriend came back into the picture, and I was mad, bro. I mean, one time I was over there, and her Chad Rome boyfriend, pulled up, and I went inside the room and hid like a little punk. But I was young. I was like 24. You know what I'm saying? And he came into the house, and I went into the room and hid. And nowadays I wouldn't have hid at all um, when I was young. So um, um, dude definitely was taller than me. Definitely, dude. He had like some. He had some. He was He was a Chad Rome, bro. At least maybe like a 7 or 8 in looks or something like that. Anyway, he came into the house. I'm hiding in the room. And he did what he did, and then he left. And I look outside the window. They was light skinned Chad Rome, right? Taller dude, like 6'1" or something like that. And then, you know, and I was the same height. I was like 5'9" or whatever. And then she let me back out. She let me out of the room or whatever. And I was like, damn. So you still with your boyfriend or something like that, or your husband? I think I don't know, husband or boyfriend. But anyway, she ended up going back to him. And I was mad about that because that was the best fucking goddamn like piece of ass I have ever had in my whole entire life. And I never was able to recover a chick like that. And she was pretty. I had pictures of her. I wish I could show you guys, but the pictures that I had, I don't know what happened to them. I did a lot of moving around and shit, so I lost a lot of my pictures, including my girlfriend from Brazil. I had pictures of all them broads. Then I did a lot of moving around, so I lost a lot of that stuff. I think my sister, maybe I ask my sister that she got a picture of me in Brazil, because she sent me a picture of me in Brazil and stuff, but it was just me. My ex-girlfriend took that picture. Um, yeah, so I noticed that the decline was real after like 30. I don't know, some of you guys might not understand because maybe you might be incel your whole entire life. You don't understand how looks work. No, they fade, bro. I haven't had a female make a sexual advance to me like I was when I was in my 20s. Always, always, always getting sex, bro. Not even a shortage. Like I would have droughts, but they would only last like 1 or 2 months or whatever. But man, yeah. So I'm on the paper chase, man, so I can have that Chad Rome life again, man. Like I said, man, looks don't stay around forever. They disappear, and you don't stay good looking forever. It's gonna get worse every day after 25. Really, the body starts to die at 25. You see what I'm saying? So every day after 25, your looks get worse. You get gray hair, you might start balding, right? Your nose get bigger, your ears get bigger, okay? So yeah, you can stay in shape, you could be at low percentage body fat, but it's still not gonna bring you back to where you was, 20 years ago. It's not. You can work out, be buff or whatever at 30 or 40 or 41, 42 years old or 43, 44, okay? But you're still not gonna get that much attention from young females. You see what I'm saying? You can. I mean, like when I was on the enhancements, I went out with a 19-year-old female. You know what I'm saying? This 19-year-old Asian chick, I went out with her. You know what I'm saying? But it just gets worse because that's the way Mother Nature created it, bro. You don't get better with time, with looks, you get worse. Now, can you get like older females past their prime? Those are easy to get. Women who are like, you know, 37, 38, 39, 40. If I get online, I get females around that age, right? But my heart, my desires are with young women. So that's why I decided to get on my bread chase, man, so I could continue to get young women throughout my life. Think about it. If Floyd Money Mayweather wouldn't have been Floyd Money Mayweather, he wouldn't get that young, hot tenderoni that he is with right now. We're supposed to get more valuable as our looks decrease as we get older. You see what I'm saying? But some guys, they don't understand that. Like, no, you're supposed to get more valuable as you get older. So that way you could continue to date those young, hot tenderoni females. You don't have to settle. I gotta go. It probably might be a while before I make another video, man. Thinking about taking a break from YouTube. You guys have a good night. So that's why I made an extra long video tonight. You guys have a good night. Peace out, take care, and bless. I'm out.